Welcome to Biography with Plutarch, where we delve into the lives of extraordinary individuals to uncover the essence of their character and the timeless lessons they impart. Today, we embark on a fascinating journey through the life of Henry James, one of the most celebrated authors of the modern era. James's remarkable literary career spanned over 5 decades, yielding a vast array of novels, short stories, and essays that continue to captivate readers with their psychological depth and nuanced exploration of human experience. Born on April 15, 1843 in New York City, Henry James was the second of 5 children to Henry James Sr. and Mary Walsh James. His family's residence, a brick townhouse on Washington Place, stood amidst the bustling streets of Manhattan, where the sounds of horse-drawn carriages and vendor calls filled the air. The James family was known for their intellectual curiosity and strong social conscience, values that would later shape Henry's literary pursuits. His father, a theologian and philosopher, was a prominent figure in American intellectual circles, and his mother came from a family of modest means but strong cultural roots. As a child, Henry suffered from a back injury, which led to prolonged periods of convalescence and an early introduction to the world of literature. His father, recognizing the value of education and the importance of nurturing his children's love of learning, encouraged their reading habits and often read aloud to them from the works of William Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, and other great authors. The family's library, filled with volumes of classical literature, history, and philosophy, became a sanctuary for young Henry, who spent hours devouring the words of these literary giants. The James family's social circle was equally influential in shaping Henry's early life. They frequently hosted gatherings and salons where prominent intellectuals, writers, and artists would convene to discuss the issues of the day. These events exposed Henry to a wide range of ideas and perspectives, fostering his curiosity and encouraging him to think critically about the world around him. One notable figure who frequented these gatherings was Ralph Waldo Emerson, the renowned American essayist and philosopher, whose thoughts on individualism and self-reliance would later resonate deeply with James. In 1845, when Henry was just 2 years old, his family moved to Albany, New York, where his father had accepted a position as a lecturer at the Albany Academy. This relocation marked the beginning of a period of relative stability for the James family, during which time they established a comfortable home and became integral members of the local community. However, in 1847, Henry's father suffered a series of financial setbacks, which forced the family to relocate once again, this time to London. The James family's sojourn in Europe, which lasted from 1847 to 1858, had a profound impact on Henry's development as a writer and thinker. During their time abroad, they traveled extensively throughout England, France, and Italy, exposing Henry to the rich cultural heritage of these countries. He spent hours exploring museums, galleries, and historical landmarks, developing a deep appreciation for art, architecture, and history. The family's experiences in Europe also instilled in Henry a sense of cosmopolitanism, which would later inform his writing on themes of identity, culture, and social class. Upon their return to the United States in 1858, the James family settled in Newport, Rhode Island, where Henry began his formal education at the local grammar school. However, due to his fragile health and difficulties with traditional schooling, he was largely educated at home by private tutors. This unconventional approach allowed Henry to pursue his interests in literature and writing, which were encouraged by his parents. The historical context of Henry James's early years was marked by significant social and cultural change. The United States was on the cusp of the Civil War, and the country was grappling with issues of slavery, states' rights, and national identity. The James family, with their strong abolitionist views and commitment to social justice, were deeply engaged in these debates, and Henry's early life was shaped by the tumultuous events of this period. The seeds of his literary genius were sown in these formative years as he developed a deep love of reading, writing, and learning. As James matured as a writer, he became increasingly drawn to the complexities of human experience, probing the depths of consciousness, morality, and social class. His first novel, Watch and Ward, published in 1871, marked the beginning of a prolific literary career that would span over 4 decades. However, it was his subsequent works, such as Roderick Hudson, 1875, and The American, 1877, that started to garner significant attention for their nuanced portrayals of characters and their societal contexts. One of James's most celebrated novels, The Portrait of a Lady, published in 1881, stands out for its masterful exploration of the human condition. The story follows Isabel Archer, a young American woman who inherits a large sum of money and embarks on a journey of self-discovery in Europe. Through Isabel's experiences, James probes themes of identity, freedom, and the constraints imposed by societal expectations, showcasing his remarkable ability to craft complex, believable characters. In addition to his novels, James was also a prolific writer of short stories, many of which are considered classics of the genre. The Turn of the Screw, published in 1898, is a Gothic ghost story that has been interpreted in countless ways, its ambiguity and psychological complexity making it a favorite among scholars and readers alike. Other notable short stories, such as Daisy Miller, 1878, and The Beast in the Jungle, 1903, demonstrate James's versatility and his capacity to explore a wide range of themes and emotions. James's essays and criticism also played a significant role in shaping literary tastes and debates during his lifetime. His collection of essays, Partial Portraits, published in 1888, offers insightful analyses of various authors, including Gustave Flaubert, Honoré de Balzac, and Nathaniel Hawthorne. These writings not only reveal James's deep understanding of literature, but also his commitment to the craft of writing as an art form. Throughout his career, James was recognized for his contributions to literature, although he faced criticism and controversy as well. His later works, such as The Wings of the Dove, 1902, The Ambassadors, 1903, and The Golden Bowl, 1904, were part of a series known as the Major Phase, characterized by their complex narratives, symbolic richness, and profound exploration of human relationships. As we explore James's primary achievements, it becomes evident that his writing was not only a reflection of his own experiences and observations, but also a response to the broader cultural and intellectual currents of his time. His engagement with themes such as identity, morality, and the role of the artist in society continues to resonate with readers today, making his works timeless classics of literature. As James entered his later years, he remained a prolific writer, producing works that were increasingly complex and nuanced. His novels, such as The Wings of the Dove, 1902, The Ambassadors, 1903, and The Golden Bowl, 1904, were part of a series known as the Major Phase, characterized by their intricate narratives, symbolic richness, and profound exploration of human relationships. These works showcase James's mastery of the novel form and his ability to craft characters that were both deeply human and universally relatable. In addition to his novels, James continued to write short stories and essays, many of which were published in prestigious literary magazines such as the Atlantic Monthly and the Fortnightly Review. His essay collection, Notes on Novelists, 1904, offers insightful analyses of various authors, including Jane Austen, George Eliot, and Alphonse Daudet. These writings not only reveal James's deep understanding of literature, but also his commitment to the craft of writing as an art form. During this period, James also became increasingly interested in the theater, and he wrote several plays, including The Outcry, 1911, and Guy Domville, 1895. Although his plays were not always successful during his lifetime, they demonstrate his willingness to experiment with different forms and push the boundaries of literary expression. James's later years were also marked by personal struggles and losses. He suffered a series of minor strokes which affected his health and mobility, and he experienced the loss of several close friends and family members, including his brother William James, who died in 1910. Despite these challenges, James remained committed to his writing, and his later works are characterized by a sense of urgency and intensity that reflects his growing awareness of his own mortality. In 1915, James became a British citizen, and during World War I, he was deeply concerned about the impact of the war on European culture and society. He wrote several essays and articles on the subject, including The Question of the Mind, 1915, and Within the Rim, 1914, which reflect his commitment to the values of peace, tolerance, and intellectual freedom. Henry James died on February 28, 1916, at the age of 72, leaving behind a legacy that is still celebrated today. His works continue to be widely read and studied, and his influence can be seen in the writings of countless authors, from Virginia Woolf to Toni Morrison. In conclusion, Henry James's later years were marked by a continued commitment to literary innovation and experimentation, as well as a deepening engagement with the complexities of human experience. His works from this period remain some of his most celebrated and enduring, and they continue to offer insights into the human condition that are both profound and timeless. That's all for today's biography with Plutarch. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, remember that understanding the lives of remarkable individuals helps us better understand ourselves.